Hi, everybody. Had a little bit of a reckoning from last week. I had posted a video and it had 4 views and was brought down for could have been anything. I was torn between, was this a copyright issue because I was using clips from other videos, or I thought, well, maybe I was, being censored because of what I was saying, that they interpreted this as hate speech or something of the sort. And yeah, there's some things I hate. I hate about what's going on in this country today. And what I hate is I see good people, people I like, um, being confused because there is a never ending stream of propaganda, um, and it's coming from Fox News. And this is confusing people. And, well, let's get to it.
Some of the Democratic Party's most radical elements, however, like freshman Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, are far more outspoken in their push to rid this country altogether of police and law enforcement. AOC seems to be even a little too radical for George Stephanopoulos. Their exchange this morning.
Well, why is it necessary to take the money from the police? I mean, I understand your argument, the argument you're making about expanding social services, investing in social services, but the research does show that more police on the street means less crime.
Well, I think there's one question that is interesting here is that when it comes to funds, it's not precincts that have tanks, that have military weaponry, and frankly have a degree of
AOC having a little trouble getting to her notes, apparently, there. It's the only thing I could figure out that she would be doing.
Did you see that? Take a look at it in slow motion. And now let's go look at the actual clip.
Well, why is it necessary to take the money from the police? I mean, I understand your argument, the argument you're making about expanding social services, investing in social services, but the research does show that more police on the street means less crime.
Well, I think there's one question that is interesting here is that when it comes to funds, it's not always just about the number of officers in the street. It's about these police precincts that have tanks, that have military weaponry, and frankly have a degree of material resources and warlike weaponry that people ask, why does a local police precinct have this in the first place?
Now there's a lot of stuff going on there. He cut her actual speech in the video, what she was saying, and spliced it together, and then cut off the end of her statement and, said he didn't know what she was looking at, her notes or whatever. I get that he had to cut off the actual statement because the suggestion that our police shouldn't have military weapons is not something that they want to get into. So he censored that. But there's even more sophistication to this thing. Let's look again and take note of what the actual original video clip had in the subtitle graphics versus what Lou Dobbs saw fit to put there instead. Oh, that question dodging AOC. What's to be done with her? But what should be done about Lou Dobbs and his deceitful editing, shall we say? Let's go on to a more sophisticated much more sophisticated Fox News anchor.
Here's a Black Lives Matter rally from over the weekend in New York. Look at that picture. That is an ocean of people. Ask yourself the last time you saw a candidate for office who was able to draw a crowd like that.
But seriously, this particular episode was so awful that Stephen Colbert decided to lambast it as only he can do, and I'll give you just the highlights.
What if rabbits bred at the rate that Tucker Carlson said something racist? Black Lives Matter is far more ambitious than that. It is working to remake the country and then to control it. It has single-handedly revised our moral framework. When they want something, they take it. Make them mad, and they will set your business on fire.
Now that's pretty funny stuff, but the matter is a little more serious than that, because Tucker Carlson is influencing people in a very negative way. I seem to be running out of daylight here, and this video is long enough, so I'm going to come back to this tomorrow, and I'm going to show you exactly why what Tucker Carlson and Fox are doing is wrong. So check me out tomorrow. Thanks.